Hi, this is Gary Kay, and I'm back this time with National AV Sales Manager of Tripp Lite, John Wills. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
How's the weather up there in Chicago?
It's rainy, but
But
it'll
how's
be
it?
beautiful when the show happens next week.
Yeah, okay, that was the correct answer. That's why I actually called you is to talk about the Almo ProAV show E4 tour next week.
You
And
bet.
I know you guys have supported the show since the very beginning, and I know you're going to be there next week. Tell me about what you're going to show everybody at the show.
Well, I think what we're going to highlight at the show next week will be our IP connectivity solutions. Many of the professional AV integrators are looking at recurrent revenue streams like service departments, and IP connectivity is a key foundation to a real effective service department. So the ability to dial in and actually control the back door on power, individual receptacle control, what have you, now you can do that. And this has always been a big key item on efficiency for integrators.
Yeah, and it's also interestingly enough, sort of it can make a system green because you now have the ability to remotely control and or program control via the network, the ability to turn devices on and off that normally have no ability to be turned off, like a DVR, for example, or even a lot of the standard equipment that even when it's in standby is still generating a lot of pulling a lot of current, and IP controlled power conditioning it solves that problem, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you can do it on a scheduled basis where you're turning unnecessary equipment off at night, or you do it on an on-demand basis. And another key thing is that you can get feedback too through diagnostic feedback via email as to what is going on with the power. So yes, from a green perspective, you can get in there and really try to um, be as efficient with the power as you can, but more importantly, also control that power when you need to exercise some sort of recycle control and get diagnostic feedback.
Well, to change gears just a little bit, I know your products fairly well, and I love going to InfoComm because you get to see everybody, and you kind of get to. It's like a all-encompassing everything show. But I
Yes,
but I do like
pretty.
these. Go ahead.
I was going to say pretty overwhelming at
It is.
times.
It is. But that's the cool thing about these regional shows, specifically the Almo E4 tour, because in fact, you get. I mean, I know that when I go around, you spend a lot more time with me there than you do at InfoComm, simply because you have more time to spend because there are fewer people, but also you typically have people that are manning these booths that are a little bit more in tune with how the products work because they're dealing with them on a day-to-day basis. Is
Right.
that the case? Have you found that as well, or is that the case? Like, do you take the same people that you take at InfoComm, or do you take a different level of people, or how's that work for you?
Well, really, I think it's a smaller, more targeted audience, and we have much more time to spend with them. So we can actually answer the questions in much more detail. We can actually talk about some possible applications, and we can actually demonstrate a little bit more equipment in a more controlled environment. So we're big advocates of the E4 show. We love being great partners with Almo, and this is just one of the things we just love doing with them.
Well, since you're from Chicago, if say let's say you're coming from right outside of town, and everybody who thinks that lives in town or even close to Chicago thinks there's that they know everywhere to go, and I know that a lot of people are going to come in that morning for the show and leave that afternoon. But let's say they're leaving and they want to go to one place for dinner, like a place that they wouldn't normally think of. Like, what is your favorite place to eat in downtown
In
Chicago?
downtown Chicago, favorite place to eat. I am more of a Central South American type food, so, and also Caribbean. So I really have two places. One is Carnival, which is more of your Caribbean Cuban fare. A lot of great food there, and then also National 27, which is a aggregate of various Central American and South American countries' delicacies and foods. Excellent restaurants, both downtown. A lot of fun.
Well, I've eaten at Carnival, so I know I can vouch for that, and I would definitely pick that as one of my first. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And I know that Almo appreciates your participation, and we appreciate the time that you're willing to spend with us. And I have to ask you, you're going to have the giant air conditioner there,
Absolutely.
okay? Because that's
It
my
wouldn't be a
favorite thing.
show without it.
This thing is awesome. You have to check it out. It looks like a T-shirt launcher. It looks like something you'd launch T-shirts into the crowd, but it's actually an air conditioning system that's portable that allows you to cool a room. And this is actually something that people should keep in their stock, because a lot of time you're working and building racks and rooms at client sites that don't have air conditioning yet, and it gives you the ability to do that and make sure that your actual integrators stay cool while they're actually doing the install. So I love that product. I know that's not really an AV product, but I still love that product.
Well, it does show a little bit of an AV, because a lot of the times the equipment ends up in rooms with inadequate AC. And here's a great way to put something in quickly, quick solution, set and forget.
Yep, and if they want more information on that product or any others,
tripplite.com.
And that's 2 P's, so don't forget that. And we'll see you next week.
All right, look forward to it.
All right, take care.
Take care.